Piers Morgan Live.
Hi, I'm Morgan Spurlock, in for that other Morgan, and that was from my CNN series Inside Man. I learned a lot about pot in this country, but not as much as my next guest. Joining me now, Cheryl Schumann, the leader of the cannabis reform movement, who runs the members-only Beverly Hills Cannabis Club, and her daughter, Amy Schumann, who's executive vice president of the club. Also, Howard Samuels, CEO and founder of the Hills Treatment Center. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Morgan.
Dr. Samuels, as a recovering addict, what is your reaction to the pot moms?
I really find it frightening because there's really a lot of ignorance that is going on here. You know, I started smoking weed at 14. I didn't get sober until I was 32. It took me years to rehabilitate my emotions. And what we're talking about is marijuana is a very dangerous drug when it comes to your emotions, especially for the 15 to 25-year-old individuals who are just starting to learn how to deal with feelings in a healthy way. Not to medicate your feelings just because
Amy,
you have
you
a little
disagree?
of anxiety.
Amy, you're shaking your head. You disagree?
I disagree. We were on the Katie Couric show recently with Dr. Sanjay Gupta, and he had a lot to say about this. I'm not a medical professional. I wish we had a medical professional, but a medical professional would disagree.
So, Doctor, back to you.
I
So,
would like
I want to have the doctor finish real quick. So, Doctor, why don't you think pot should be legalized?
Okay, let's get something straight. All right, these people, their specialty is PR. It is not addiction. I've been involved in the addiction field for almost 25, 30 years based on also me being an addict. Okay, I deal with this day in and day out. How dare they tell me what I'm saying is not true when I treat individuals who have panic attacks, anxiety attacks, who cannot sleep, who have major impulse control issues because they've been smoking pot every day for 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, lack of motivation. These are facts. So please don't tell me that I'm wrong when I deal with this issue on a daily basis. That is irresponsible.
Ladies, what are your thoughts?
As a mother, here's what I find very interesting. First of all, I'm not advocating for a 14-year-old to go out and use cannabis as a mood stabilizer. I was 36 years old. My daughter is a grown woman at 32 years old. And I'm saying as a responsible adult, this works for me much better than Prozac or antidepressants.
Cheryl brings up an interesting point here, which we live in a country where we really do jump to medicate people very quickly with prescription drugs, whether that be like Oxycontin, Oxycodone, Ritalin for children. How is that different or okay versus using this as some sort of a medicinal treatment?
None of it is okay. Okay? The antidepressant issue is different. I'm on Lexapro. It is not a mood-changing drug. It helps me with my OCD issues, okay? Now, marijuana is a very dangerous drug because it medicates the emotional system. So what you're doing here is that these people are telling me that marijuana is as safe as aspirin or toothpaste. BS. Please, get a life.
So
this is a dangerous drug.
There's no doubt to you that marijuana is a gateway drug.
Not only is it a gateway drug, because if you were really in the field that I am, people are using marijuana at 14 years old because of people like this I'm debating. They're telling people, and kids are listening to this show, that marijuana is safe and it totally causes no harm to the body and the emotional system whatsoever. That is totally false.
How is today's pot different from our parents' pot? How is it different from like the pot that you and I grew up around versus what's around today?
Oh,
well,
today it's extremely powerful today. I mean, the chemicals that they put in it, plus when we talk about cigarettes, we're talking about smoking pot. What's the difference? If you're inhaling horrible chemicals and issues like that, then that's also where the throat cancer comes from and other physical ailments. So to me, what's really, and excuse me, but why aren't we getting high on life anymore? That's the issue.
I'm high on life. I'm high on life right now.
Well, there's something very important here that you guys are you're not addressing. Number one, cannabis is a plant that can heal a multitude of illnesses. It is a superior mood stabilizer, and it works. And the revenue and the tax regulation of this plant can heal our economy, period.
Cheryl, do you see any benefit to the place where I worked, Harborside Health Center? What's the benefit of a place like that?
I think they're excellent role models. As you know, Morgan, there are real patients there. It is not people getting high, and cannabis works far superior over any drug, any pharmaceutical. I don't have any addiction issues. None of the people I know have any addiction issues. But if you're an addict, Howard, you're going to be addicted to anything, including chocolate.
Doctor,
and I'm sorry, it is safer than
Howard,
aspirin.
any benefit to the place where I worked? Any benefit to a place like Harborside?
The only benefit is with people with serious, cancer issues and some pain issues. That I agree with. But the whole medical California issue here is a farce. It's a sham. Most of the people are addicts that get cards. I mean, I treat people that walk in there. They can get a card like that, like you did, Morgan. I mean, it is totally unregulated, and it's a joke. And that's part of the issue. But what is really irresponsible here is that there doesn't seem to be many advocates of trying to protect our young people from this very dangerous emotional drug. And I'm sorry, but I think that the two of you are totally being very irresponsible here to our nation's youth.
Cheryl, Amy, Dr. Samuels, thank you for your time. We appreciate you being on the show. We'll be right back.
Thank you.